electronic diversions is a board game called Magic: The Gathering, which has drawn some 50,000 players to amateur tournaments over the past couple of years and has now spawned a professional playoff tour.
New York City, February 17th and 18th of 1996. The event, the very first tournament of the Magic: The Gathering Professional Tour.
I've seen many games before which were very good but were very small. So to see Magic blow up like that was gratifying and unexpected. It still surprises me when I think about it today.
Magic's probably the greatest game of all time.
Magic: The Gathering is an extension of a person's personality. Once you're into the game, you'll find that there are a lot of things designed for certain personality types.
Our players play forever. It's not like the game I'm playing now I played a year ago. It's ever changing, it's moving. And Magic is ever evolving. I think it is the best game, but I want it to become even better. If Magic is amazing with 20 years innovation, what happens with 30? What happens with 40? What happens with 50?
So that's really what we're doing, and growing the whole capability that we can bring. This project is the first really big expression of Magic in the digital space.
If you think that Magic has nowhere to go, well, you are wrong, because I'm living in the future, I know what it is, and it's freaking going to be awesome.
Welcome, everybody, to the world premiere of Magic: The Gathering Arena. I'm incredibly excited. I'm Jimmy Wong, and today we are going to be doing a lot of fun stuff. You know, when I first started playing Magic in the VHS era, I was in Ice Age, and it was on the ground. We played without sleeves, and the magic of the game, no pun intended, was a huge part of what really drew me into it. And then I took a break, and when I came back at Journey into Nyx, the game had exploded in popularity. I think we're in the millions of players now, and that was something that just completely blew my mind, that this game had such a meteoric growth over those years that I wasn't there. And coming back to it in this brand new state was awesome. And as exciting as the role of Magic has played over the past 2.5 decades, nothing really gets me going more than the thought of what's in store for the future. And we're all about to be a part of the world premiere of Magic: The Gathering Arena. This is the first new game to be released from Wizard of the Coast's new digital games studio. So this sneak peek is going to be the first glimpse of this version of the game that anyone outside of the Wizards offices has ever seen. Now, I'd love to just skip straight to the excitement, but I'm not alone up here. I have two esteemed gentlemen sharing this nice furniture with me, I guess. To my left, I have Nate Price, the MTG Arena Community Manager. And to my right, I have Chris Kao, MTG Arena's Executive Producer.
How's it going?
Welcome, guys.
Thanks a bunch.
Thank you.
Called us esteemed. Did you hear that?
I know, wow.
Many compliments coming to you.
I'm super happy to be here with you guys, and I'm especially happy to be live on Twitch right now. For those of you guys watching at home, here's a look at what we've got lined up for you for the rest of the stream. We want to start to involve our community in this process from the beginning. It's part of the reason we're coming to you live right now. And to that end, we have two incredible streamers here to introduce to you in a second. They're both ready to pilot a pair of decks featuring a few Ixalan cards that no one has previewed yet, so this is your first chance to see them. And once the dust settles, we'll give those to you, those of you guys in the chat, an opportunity to ask us any questions that you want. So start thinking about what you want to ask us now.
Certainly.
Now, we'll also let you each know how you can go about signing for upcoming closed beta. And a little hint, it is that playmtgarena.com URL that we've got plastered on the screen.
Yeah, pretty simple. But for now, let's introduce the streamers we have brought here today. First up, we have a special guest all the way from Hong Kong, currently in Vancouver. It is Amaz. Now, Amaz is one of the biggest Twitch streamers in the world, and he's proven himself to be quite the capable Magic player as well. I don't know if many people know this, but he actually notched his day 2 of his first Pro Tour in Kyoto a month ago. Day 2 on Pro Tour is his first Pro.
Right.
That's absurd to me. Amaz, how are you doing?
Hey Jimmy, how's it going? And I'm happy to be here and excited to play some MTG Arena.
And we are very happy and honored to have you here as well.
We've lined up one great opponent for him today. His opponent for this world premiere of MTG Arena is one of the most recognizable personalities in Magic, and that's Gabby Sparks. She's one of Magic's top streamers, but Gabby also lends her expertise to the Grand Prix and Pro Tour coverage teams. So she steps to the other side of the camera to help provide that top-notch commentary. How's it going, Gabby?
I'm doing great, Nate. I'm super excited to be here.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I know that Chris here is very excited to see what people have to say once they get to see the game in action. So
Definitely.
Let's talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
Chris, tell us about Magic: The Gathering Arena. What was your vision for the game?
Well, it's really the team's vision. They want to bring authentic Magic to life on all the cards, but have it be as much fun to watch as it is to play. Not to just have it, be out there as a card game, but to be as a world that you can go to and where you can experience so much more of this Magic universe.
Right, and right now what we're going to be seeing is a very early development build of the game, is that right?
Right, this is sort of a pre-alpha build where we've put all of our ideas together, made a great game to play, and now what we really want to do is get it in front of the fans, right? Get people to sign up for the closed beta. That way we can take it from good to great, right? That feedback is really our most valuable resource.
And you mentioned authentic Magic. What did you mean when you said that?
Well, this is Magic in all of the details, in all of the depth. Underneath all of the beautiful visuals you're going to see is a games rules engine that literally goes through all of the rules of Magic. It is complete 100% all of the cards and how they are meant to work. So that's there, but we've also used the computer to help you play more smoothly, play more quickly, and really use the visuals to excite and take those top deck moments you have in tabletop and blow them out so people can see them when you stream.
That's exciting, and I'm glad that you mentioned that we're using the player experiences and our feedback as well. So that's obviously going to be an important part of the creation process.
That's probably the most important part because we can make our best guesses. We say we're the players who change the game because as devs, we love this game, right? We want everybody to play it. But we're not going to have all the answers. We're not going to be the best people to judge. Is it authentic? Is it hitting the notes? Is it what those folks want? So that's why we need the help.
Right. Well, I think we've kept everyone waiting for long enough. You must feel that especially.
I wanted people to see this.
Well, it's time to show everyone what your team has been working on. Gabby, Amaz, are you ready for this?
I'm so ready.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, before we get into the game, I would love to know what decks we're going to be playing today. So, Amaz, why don't you give us a rundown of your deck?
All right, so I'll be playing red-green dinosaurs. And to Magic players out there, you know that red-green is a very grueling deck to play against. So dinosaurs are known to have very efficient bodies. So you're going to expect to see very high power and toughness creatures on my side. And since I'm playing a tribal deck, the cards get better if I control a dinosaur on the battlefield. And finally, there's a new mechanic in Ixalan called Enrage. And it triggers a bonus effect whenever my creature takes damage. And this even works when it takes lethal damage. So I'm excited to see that in action.
Excellent. And Gabby, you're going to be piloting some pirates.
Indeed.
Or I guess shipping them in this case.
Yeah, I will be playing with blue-black Yar, I guess. So it's a pirates-themed deck. It's also a synergistic deck, and much like Amaz, it's kind of a tribal deck. So pirates get a benefit from doing things that pirates want to do. So that is raiding things. That's going to be the main mechanic in my deck. When pirates attack, they get an extra benefit. If you've already attacked that turn, you get to raid, and that'll let you either draw an extra card or loot and any other kinds of benefits. And pirates get better in numbers too, so they're a little smaller than the dinos, I will admit. They're going to try to juke their way past the dinos and hopefully defeat the competition.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to see this matchup. I think we've waited long enough. Let's take our very first look at Magic the Gathering Arena. Players, let's begin the game. Hey, first thing I've noticed, Chris, we are actually on the plane right now, right?
Yeah, we are actually in the Sun Empire Dragon Hatchery. So great place for a Dragon versus Pirates battle.
Dragon Hatchery sounds like home team advantage.
It does, actually.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to kick things off here with a Siren Storm here.
All right.
So as you can see, there are a lot of dynamic animations already at play here.
Right.
Let's see what the sound effects too. That siren storm color hit the table and put a nice little bit of a screech there.
Yeah, and all of those are meant to really tell you, play up the emotion of what's going on, not get in the way, right? They're fast, they're snappy, and hopefully they help build the excitement.
So this is actually one of the brand new Ixalan cards we haven't seen before. Gabby, can you blow that up for us by any chance?
Yeah, totally.
Oh, in the graveyard. Can't blow it up no more.
Can't blow it up anymore. There it is.
Here it is. There it is. All right. It allows you to look at the top 5 cards of your library. You can reveal a dinosaur or land card from among them, put it into your hand, and put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Anybody who played during Theros, the name probably sounds a little familiar because this is kind of similar to what the Commune with the Gods card did.
Right.
And Amaz revealed a Verdant Sun's avatar, 7 mana, 5/5.
Yeah, it's a very good card.
It's a very good card.
We may not be seeing it played anytime soon, but it's definitely something to look out for, huh, Gabby?
So I'm just going to get in there with a Siren.
All right.
Follow up with a Fathom 3 Captain. First, tied on the board.
Very nice.
Ooh, all right.
So it looks like there's an extra animation on the art here as well. Chris, you want to walk us through what's going on with that?
Well, that's just summoning sickness there. If you're a Magic player, you're pretty familiar with it, but that's why we're trying to visualize a lot of the otherwise words on the screen.
Right. Drover of the Mighty. Oof.
Yeah.
Things are looking a little dangerous for you, Gabby. I'm
They
just
are.
calling it.
Luckily, my Fathom Fleet captain has Menace, so I can actually
Yeah, I'm getting beat down right now.
can get in there.
If you're watching as well, you'll notice that we've now switched to Amaz's perspective of the game, so we can see his hand. And Gabby's going to get in with her captain and pay 2 mana and just make a 2/2 token. And as you can tell, also that token has a different
right.
card frame around it.
We want to keep everything self-evident and clear so you can read it and so anybody watching knows what's going on.
Right, and this Grazing Whiptail, in addition to being a sweet Magic card, is another one of those brand new Ixalan cards. Fairly simple, 3/4 with reach for 4. And I mean, I've memories of spinning Gorna back in the day being kind of a house, and it cost you 5 mana, so.
That's going to make it tricky for the Pirates.
Oh yeah, 3/4 reach is enormous, so this Siren's staying back, but at least I can keep getting in here, and I can still make a pirate, and I can chart a course.
Yeah, Menace here is actually really good, seeing that Gabby was on the play, and she just drew some more cards, and it looks because you weren't able to cast the 4. You did cast a 4-drop on turn 3, but unable to hold up 2 blockers.
And Chart of Course is another one of those new cards also. It's a sorcery for 2 mana that lets you draw 2 cards, and then if you have to discard a card unless you attack the creature already this turn. So for an aggressive deck like this Pirates deck, it's a nice on-theme way to get a little bit of cards.
Oh god, this is so bad for me. Raging Sword Tooth.
Remove your captain.
Sword Tooth.
Bye-bye.
Wow, goodbye Pirates. They had a family.
Yeah.
This is really interesting to see, too. Obviously, a walk through the animation of what happened by doing 1 damage to each creature on the battlefield.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we want it to be a big moment because it is.
Right.
Yeah, I am not blocking this. Oh my gosh. These are my
I'm gonna hit
pirates
it for
there,
3.
getting annihilated by this big dino.
Want to buy Pirates.
Yeah, right.
Something that I did notice earlier, I think it's important to make sure that we point out to people. We're talking about the fact that the cards in play have got a little bit of those extra cues to kind of help you figure out people what's going on.
Right.
You can notice that the cards in Amaz's hand that aren't lands have casting costs above them in the upper right-hand corner, but those are missing when you get to the battlefield. And then there's also the couple of little icons on the lower bar that signify what the abilities that the card has.
Right, those are the contextual cards that you see in play, and really what they're meant to be is a summary of the most important information, right? The stats, the keyword icons, and then really big pictures so that you really feel like you're seeing those creatures in play.
Right, so you're focusing on the art of the card, and should the player need to know the text, just highlight over it, right-click, and
Right,
take
you can
a
just
closer
scan
look.
across it and watch for what you need to know.
Ooh, Gabby, I'm sorry.
Oh god, that can't possibly be good for me. I'm like, this is okay. I have these menace creatures.
So Gabby went ahead and used a card to exile a card out of Amaz's hand, but like the master player Amaz is, he just top decked the exact same
Oh
card.
god, no.
Oh.
There
And
was
I get my other Savage Stomp back
underneath.
too.
Wow, rest in peace.
Wow. Wow, the,
We're not
Yeah, I
smuggling
think I'm just
anything
gonna do
today.
it now too.
the momentum certainly
Let's get rid of
swung
your
here.
menace pirates.
Jeez Louise.
No.
I've always loved that when cards fight in this game, they literally actually fight and bash into each other.
Well, it's actually really important for Magic, right? Damage is reciprocal. You're going to take it when you give it. So we want to show that through the actions in the game.
You
Plus,
see
it's
that-
exciting, right?
Yeah, certainly.
You see when people attack too, because like creatures go straight at the face. They go right at where the person would be sitting if they were
It's
sitting
your
on the
hand of
tabletop.
cards there, just like you were actually playing on a tabletop.
Yeah.
God, this is brutal. All right, so we're gonna hostage take her.
Ooh,
Why
okay.
don't I take this? This is mine now.
Hostage
Take
taker.
a look at this card real quick.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I can exile another artifact or creature, and it's basically like a mix of stealing a creature like a Fiend Hunter, but also like...
Oh, you can cast that
Yeah,
card.
I can also cast it.
Wow, it's certainly the hostage taker. It's more of a hostage taker into a, hey, you want to join the clan?
You got two options when you're on a
join
pirate
the
crew.
ship?
You either join the crew
Yeah.
or you walk the plank.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to stop him from casting that card I saw earlier, and I can...
Oh, wow. Nice tempo play there. Setting him back. And also unable to now attack. But
Well, I can attack to this. I never want to block the Raptor Hatchling because it makes a green
a
dino with
3/3,
it.
right.
So you can see the mom in the back.
That and someone messed up my turn.
yeah, it really did. Amaz drew his 6th land and would have been able to play that Virgin Sun's Avatar that he revealed earlier, but now is just going to have to take a little bit of a tempo swing here.
Yeah, I still cannot attack into
I'll
the
go
Dover,
defense.
He does have a 3/3 and a 1/1 that Gabby doesn't want to turn into another
Yeah,
3/3.
that's for sure.
Oh man. It's my dinosaur.
It's my
I don't know
dino
about
now.
that, yeah.
I just love the idea of this pirate stolen dinosaur. It's like, hey, I guess you can join the crew now. The dino's like, yeah, sounds good to me.
It's a pet dino.
They have a new mascot. No pirate. They don't use parrots on.
No. That dinosaur is going to have its own parrot.
God, these attacks are so bad. I guess I'll sit tight.
Another cool thing here is Amaz is actually
That
not...
sounded so bad for me.
Yeah,
No.
it looks bad from our end, too.
Sorry about that.
You can feel it all the way from Vancouver. Amaz and Gabby are playing in different locations right now, so this game obviously is online, right,
Yes,
Chris?
and that's what we're set up for, right? We want you to be able to play with anyone across the world. You want to play a game of Magic? It's there for you.
All right, let's start with that.
Gabby, is this
Back up to 11.
Is this giant 5/5 that gained 5 life making you want to play Magic?
At least I do get to kill it. My attacks are just so bad.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
That did not stick around for a long time.
No, the walk the plank animation
It could've
actually
been
scaled
worse.
with the card that blew up too. That was hilarious.
That's really cool.
Okay, so we can get in with this, and this.
Ooh, Gabby played a really interesting card here too. It's a 1 mana 1/2.
Ah, yeah, take a look.
And it has Death Touch on it for an activated cost of just 1 black mana. So it's a great blocker against a deck like Amaz's.
All right, I have to block. And in range triggers.
Not a
You
pirate.
still get a
which adds
3/3
to the
though.
menagerie.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mama's
for
back.
Sure.
Ooh, Raptor Hatchling. Here comes Mama.
Yeah, it's angry. That's me in the picture. You see?
Wait, let's take a look. Oh yes, your little feet Caesar sticking out.
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry, Gabby. We're definitely burying the lead for you here, but every time I see some stuff happen in Amaz's hand, it's hard not to.
all right, let's start with this.
Oh God.
This
Not
guy's
like
pretty
this. Wow, that was awesome.
Wow, so that is
Yeah.
the first animation we've seen like that.
That's right. When we say bring the cards to life, what we're really trying to do is make sure you know when 7/6 Trample Hexproof shows up.
I could attack you right now, but I'm just gonna hold back for a bit.
Yeah. The butts are here. Amaz bringing them.
This
7/6.
could be awesome, but it's not awesome.
D stands for both defense and dinosaur.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, I don't really know what's in your hand anymore, so feeling this seems good enough.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, another walk the plank.
Oh, man.
Turns out dinosaurs cannot swim, Amaz. I'm sorry.
No, they don't. Poor dinos.
All right.
A bit of a bummer for you, though, Gabby. You could not target the hexproof.
Yeah,
Carnage
man,
Siren.
I wish I could kill that. You can even see the hexproof animation on it. No attackers.
Magical circle.
Circle of
All right,
protection.
holding the line for now. That's good. All right.
You'll notice there was no reaction from our side, so he did not draw.
Right, nothing happened here.
Oh God, no! You guys are just getting better.
This is the Regisaur Alpha with a nice mighty groan. This card was actually previewed very recently. It gives other dinosaurs haste as well as just creates a 3/3. So definitely some beefiness happening over there.
This is a tight
Yeah.
game.
There's a lot of beef on the other
Yeah.
side of the battlefield.
Yeah. That Skittering Heartstopper is doing a great job, though, holding it back, Gabby.
That's
Very good job. All right, have to pass again.
not too shabby. All right, some good. Need some good. That's D. All right.
Really looking forward to when we have a busy combat step as the board gets busier and busier.
Yeah.
You can see the battle coming, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Gabby.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Ruby.
Guess I'm playing this card.
Oh, well. Sure.
Here we go.
Real heretics will feel the bite of my blades.
Wow, so this is the first appearance of a Planeswalker, and it comes with a voice line as well.
That's right. Planeswalkers are the stars of Magic the Gathering, so we really wanted to play them up. They have voice lines for coming in, for the various activities they do when they die. They're the stars.
As well as using their abilities, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And are there multiple options as to what they might say when they come in?
Definitely. We want them to feel like they're the personalities they are, right?
Right.
She was just summoned to help out, right? So there she is.
Yeah, and I love that you can see the full art of this as
Yeah.
well. Ooh, the flunge.
Oh, sad.
I'm going in. I'm going in for the win.
I'm extremely dead, but I can't send a message. Yeah, I'm
All
rolling
right.
Register Alpha.
Oh,
There you
very
go.
nice. There you
Yeah,
go.
that's still not enough. I'm gonna send my whole team under the bus here.
Jeez, a double striking 7-6 trampler does not seem like good news.
Oh,
for
I'm
you.
extremely dead.
Oh, this is
All
interesting.
right.
I've not seen ordering of blockers before. This is a nice way to visually overlay it, though.
This
Right.
is pretty intuitive.
Yeah.
Left to right.
So
toggle
the
what
Death
you're
Touch
gonna do.
creature first.
Still give it Death Touch.
So
It's
here it
immune
comes.
to that.
First strike damage, and then here comes normal damage. And wow, that was a whammy.
man.
That's a lot.
It's a TM good turn.
Hopefully I cut less, I
Very
guess.
good turn. Oh, that's not gonna help you.
Oh, the perfect top deck.
Dinosaurs win this one.
Sail away.
Sorry, Team Pirate.
Finish you off.
Oh, Samu's coming in with double blades.
Rip. Wow, Carnage
we
Fire is
go.
so good. It has trample too.
Awesome. Well, that was our very first look at our first match ever, Magic the Gathering
Awesome.
Arena.
So
Well
glad to
played.
share it. Yeah, good
very well
game.
played. Wow, that was a real back and forth.
Oh man, I think this is opportunities to see all of the animations
Yeah.
and to see all of the sound effects. I mean, looking, as you said earlier, to try to build something that is authentic Magic, but is like fun to play and to watch.
Right.
Also.
Well, and you know, as much as fun as the visuals are, if those rules weren't there, right, the depth's not there. So
Yeah.
we really have focused to make sure that that's there no matter what, and we'll be getting into showing you how you can actually get control of that.
Yeah, what I really liked too is how fast the game went and how dynamic
Right.
it felt. You know, I played a lot of Magic, and a lot of times there's a lot of this happening and figuring out what mana to tap, but it looks like
Right.
the game actually makes those decisions for you unless you decide to take control.
Well, there's a huge range of play in Magic, right? You're on your kitchen tabletop, you're at the Friday Night Magic, or maybe you're a touring pro, and each of those has different play styles, different pace, right? We want to be able to represent all of that, and we want to start players off with the fun that you have at tabletop where it just flows and you're going. But we want to also give you access to control so you can really keep specific strategies in mind the sort of higher up you go.
Right, and it's an inherently much more watchable format like this
Right.
with the emphasis on the visual aspects of the cards.
Right,
as
I think a lot of us for the last 25 years that's been Magic, we've had a lot of fun watching it. Now it's even more fun.
Yeah, totally.
And I mean, we're going to continue to try to make things as exciting for people at home as we can.
Right, that's not a bad thing, right?
And this is going to be an exciting year for us, and we are really looking forward to sharing our work with you along the way. So make sure that you're following us on Twitter at @MTG_arena and on Facebook at facebook.com/MagicTheGatheringArena so that you can join in on the conversation. And I believe we are ready to get back to the next game. So Gabby and Maz, you ready to kick this off?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, better luck to Gabby this time.
Yeah, Team Pirate needs some help here. Let's go.
All right, we are starting off on the Maz's side of the table. Ooh, Gabby with a turn one play. A nice one.
Looks like Maz has got a pretty nice hand. I'd be really interested to see what Gabby's got her hand. Ah, there we go. All right. Well, this looks like a nice little aggressive start. Not quite as aggressive as the last one was for her, but
Yeah. And I don't know if we've seen these lands yet either for Ixalan, but Drowned Catacomb and Rootbound Crag are coming back at it as very efficient 2-mana lands.
Yeah, I get to play Imperialist here, and I even get to raid it.
Ooh, wave the flag.
Did you see the flag? Yo-ho, yo-ho.
2-mana, 2/3 flyer. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that is very good.
Ready to raid your ships. Or
I'll play
forests,
this
I guess.
adorable hatchling.
That hatchling is bad news bears, I know that.
Yeah, a 2-mana 1/1 that turns into a 3/3. There's nothing to scoff at.
no.
Yeah, I have no interest in that, so I'm just gonna go in the skies, and then I get to chart a course. And here another raid mechanic is, well, not raid exactly, but if I attacked with a card,
Right,
I get to
functional
keep my
raid.
other card. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like raid.
Oh, man.
All right.
I'd love to draw a little attention to Amaz's avatar, which is very cute dino.
It's also that baby dinosaur.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have dino decks and pirate decks. We got to have avatars to match, right?
absolutely.
So, Maz, if you lose this game, does a giant dinosaur come to your aid as well?
Oh man, I just think the avatar corresponds to the player.
I am an evil cross and bones. I like it. Intimidating the opposition.
Whoa! let's take a look
That's
at
a
this
new
guy
one.
for a second here. This is a card, the Growing Rights of Itlamok. You want to explain it, Maz?
Yeah. When it enters the battlefield, I get to look at my top 4 cards of my library, and I can reveal a creature card and put it in my hand. And then, if it's an enchantment, right? So if I have 4 total creatures on my battlefield, I can actually transform it into a legendary land, which is going to be Itlamok, which I can't really see right now. It transforms into Itlamok, create a sun, and it adds green. It taps for green, or it can tap for a green for each creature I control. So it's kind of like a Gaia's Credo.
Yeah, but actually a little bit better on the other side because it can tap without creatures. But considering you need 4 to even flip it, that thing is coming around and doing a lot of mana generation.
Yeah, that can't
Did
possibly
find
be
a
good for me.
creature.
Grazing Whiptail, always a grazing Whiptail.
That's really good.
Sorry, 3/4 reach
Right
doesn't
now.
match up well against 2/3 fly.
Yeah.
It
Gabby.
really does not.
Looks like Gabby's in a bit of a situation here with all the information that's been revealed.
All right.
Yeah, I think
What
I'm
is
just
the
going to
play?
play my Fell flagship. So this pumps my pirates also.
That's another one of those new Ixalan cards we haven't seen yet. You want to pop that up for a second?
Wow.
Thanks.
It's the first instance of a vehicle we're seeing as well in this match, which is an artifact that turns into a creature when you crew it, and of course, it's very fitting for a pirate deck
It's
to have a-
extremely thematic.
Yeah.
So pirates you control get +1/+0, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card.
The crew cost of 3.
One of the things I really like about that card is
Yeah.
the fact that because it pumps power, it actually helps you crew it.
Right. You see the pirate flag waving above, and it rallies your troops a little bit.
Yar.
All right. Well, let's play this Grazing Riptail I just got from my enchantment.
Very nice. Now, are there unique sound effects for all of the dinosaurs? Because they've all made some different sounds on
Yeah,
the way out.
we all have different sound effects there, but it's mainly in themes. We want subtypes important to the game, so we want subtype similarities in there too.
Hold
up.
Well, hello there.
Uh-oh.
Well,
This is a pretty one.
Yeah, now you get to be on the receiving end of it.
Don't worry, Maz, it's nothing, man.
Yeah, I drew a land.
We'll see. We'll see.
I drew a land, I swear. All right, here we go.
Oh, here
That's
is
pretty good.
Jace.
Don't make me turn your mind against you.
Dang, what a threat.
Uh-oh.
Ahmad, did you get that on the other end there?
Yeah, dinosaurs are smart too, okay?
All right.
So Gabby's got some choices here. Jace has 2 relevant abilities. He can make a 2/2 blue illusion creature token that gets sacrificed and becomes a target of a spell or an ability. Or sorry, just a spell in this case. Or she can also +1 Jace to give one of her creatures a looting effect if it does combat damage to a player.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead with
Your
that
thoughts
+1.
meander.
So let's try combat. I think I'm going to get in with this.
All right. So the Death Toucher that you want to get in with here is presents an interesting block for Amaz. And is he going to take it? Yep, it looks like the block is made. And here comes the 3/3.
It's kind of cool.
Angry 3/3's back.
Yeah, they're always back. They're always lurking not too far.
For sure.
Well, this does pair up well with your hand because Gabby's able to cast
Yeah, I really wanted to enable raid on this too. So
Stormfleet Aerialist.
got another aerialist up my sleeve.
That 3/4 with the little
Okay.
tentacle icon in
Right.
the bottom left-hand corner is
Yeah.
playing
By the way,
defense.
grab.
Yeah, let's talk about those icons for a second. What do they signify on each of the cards here?
Well, a lot of the ones you're seeing here are evergreen keywords. They're capabilities that the cards have that we want you to stay aware of, especially during combat. So the contextual cards a lot of times will change state depending on the decisions you're making. In this case, we obviously want Gabby to know that her flyers are going to run in some trouble if they try to attack, because reach is right there. Trample's right next to it with the card. You
Right.
can see the dust kicking up because it actually can make a difference in combat, especially choosing as an attack.
Poor Jace.
Uh-oh.
Yep, Jace has to go.
Jace does have to go.
He wasn't here that long.
Yeah.
That's true.
He's flexing so hard, too. Do you really want to do this?
All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and block with my fell flagship. You are going down, my friend.
So Gabby has crewed her her artifact vehicle ship, and she's going to double block the Grazing Whiptail.
This is interesting. Going to get rid of the flyer.
So Amaz is ordering his blockers now, and it looks like he put the flyer first. Smartly so.
brushes his shoulders off, like, eh.
Yeah, good damage.
Turn.
He's staying alive.
I'm not dead yet.
Oh, another instance of enrage here. Real magic card. 4 mana, 4/5. If it's dealt damage, its controller gets to draw a card. So, pretty powerful ability there on enrage. Ooh.
Interesting.
So Maz, all the way over in Vancouver while we're in
Stream
Seattle.
of consciousness.
Yes.
Are you
It's shallow.
amused / impressed by Jace the Stunning Castaway?
Yeah. He's definitely got some new skills.
Jason's a pirate, right?
Yeah, Jace is a pirate.
Jace is a pirate now.
I do like the fact that he's got enough commitment to the patterns that are on his cloak that he just like has little paint tattoos on his, or it's either that or he just like has had them. He's got enough sun. That
Yeah. Those are his personal ley lines on the body.
Alrighty.
All right, so you got
Getting
to
in
draw
there.
and
Yeah, I
discard
got to do
there.
some cool stuff
That's
here. I
pretty
got
cool.
to loot with Jace, and I'm gonna get to draw with Ruin Raider too. You see Pirate Flag, bam.
Wow, and the Ruin Raider has a raid trigger that allowed you to get another card. That's pretty impressive. And since it was a land.
Oh, you can even see, look, you can see in the back of Ruin Raider, you can see our battlefield.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Look at that. He is raiding the the dinosaur nest.
Dinosaur's
I have
dragon.
a sweet card here.
No!
Oh my goodness.
That's definitely
That's
dinosaur.
bad for me.
That is sweet.
Wow. So here's the ability of Burning Sun's avatar, able to target a planeswalker or an opponent and a creature with 3 damage each. Kind of the perfect draw. Maz, you are a king.
I am doing it, but which one should I remove right now? I think the Death Toucher needs to go.
No, Heartstopper. It's so much solid work. Fine, Heartstopper.
Targets have been chosen, and Jace unfortunately also got a fireball to the
Come here
face.
without support.
Aw.
And he's complaining about it.
Yeah. Thanks, Jace.
It's kind of his fault. He's saying he shouldn't have come here without support. He knew better.
Yeah, he did.
He's always know better.
Yeah. Oof. So you're getting a little bit of a discount from the Odifek Huntmaster, as well as electrifying your Burning Sun's avatar and giving it haste here. That was a fun little effect.
right.
That's right. You got to know if the haste is showing up.
I think I should leave one guy back. Alright, let's do 2 attackers.
Yikes. I'm at 19.
19 is pretty comfortable for now.
Well, not against the 6/6. Guess I'll be crewing this.
All right, Gabby's going to move to blocks and block the 3/3 with her 3/3, so there'll be a trade there. But Burning Sun's avatar smacks in for 6 damage, and Gabby once at 19, now actually very close to Amaz's life total at 13 to 10.
Oh, my life total's getting low, but I do get to do something really cool here.
Oh.
Target.
Wait, targeting?
Me.
Overflowing insight.
Oh man, I would love to draw 7 cards.
Woo.
Woo! Look at that.
I guess I need to sit tight for now.
Yeah, you're facing potentially a lot of damage here on the crackback.
Yeah, sadly I have to discard a card. That's how many cards I drew.
Yeah.
It's a tough life.
Okay.
You know, drawing 7 cards is sweet, but not when you're facing down hasty dinosaurs.
Agreed. Whiptail always.
Yeah, I think we have to go aggressive here, so let's give it haste.
Aggressive.
And now we're going in with everything.
Ooh, this is Xaxes right now.
Oy. All right, team. Whew. This is sad.
This is not ideal,
I
Gabby.
don't really want to let a moth draw an extra card. Go down to 10, I guess. Or take 10, rather. Yeah. Sure, let's...
10 damage, wow.
I know.
That's quite a bit.
It's an interesting balance here, though, right, Gabby? It's
Oh,
either
it's
10
bad.
damage or it is 9 damage, and you're letting a monster draw an extra card with the Enrage trigger.
Yeah, Enrage is kind of spooky, so I'm just gonna... Ouch.
And lucky for me, I have my 4th picture.
Oh, my goodness. The growing rights of Itlimoc has transformed, and we have Itlimoc Cradle of the Sun. So Amaz is able to generate an absurd amount of mana next turn with 2 Odipek Huntmasters and that Cradle of the Sun. Pretty impressive.
All right.
But I'm out of cards.
Gabby's got a lot of resources now.
I get to untap with so many cards, so I have a lot of interesting things I can do here.
Definitely in an interesting position for Gabby.
Yeah, it looks like I can. Yeah, I could walk the plank here.
Into the ocean, the Burning Sun's avatar goes. Turns out water is good against fire.
No, it's the steaming sun.
That is
avatar.
true.
Steaming.
And if I play a siren. All right, yeah, now I am just gonna pass and not attack. Okay.
All right.
Gabby's doing a pretty reasonable job of taking control. Hey, man,
Oh.
she actually
There
just
you go.
jumped it in.
That's
Yeah. What,
a sweet one.
So would you want to walk us through what just happened on the bottom right part of our screen here,
Sure,
Chris?
that's full control mode. What that basically means is that the player who's activated has said, I want to go through every past priority step. I want to go through every move and click so that you can play exactly what you want to, when you want to.
Right.
Now, this mode can be toggled on for an entire game or just toggle on as needed. We see it kind of as bullet time for the game, right? Normally the flow's going, but right now you got to make a key decision. I think Gabby's up for that.
Yeah, exactly. So I toggled on full control so I could do this.
Right, so at the beginning of combat here, Gabby's going to be calling in the Dreamcaller Siren, a flash flying creature, and if she controls another pirate, able to tap up to 2 target non-land permanents.
And
All right.
Ooh, and it makes quite the cry on the battlefield too. That was really sweet.
this and this.
The siren has shown up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Settle
man.
down, big dinosaur friends.
It's about
Guess I
the
can't
sound.
attack this turn then.
It's about the
So-
sound I expect it would make.
Yeah. It's a shriek.
Yeah. Sorry, Amaz, your attacks are nullified
Yeah, for now.
for now.
Very thematic that we just got to watch someone enter full control mode and then take control of the game.
Yeah, there you go. Or at least for a turn.
now, yeah.
You're writing some checks there.
Gabby's definitely still
I'm
in a
gonna
bit
have
of
a
an interesting
big
position.
turn here.
Oh, really?
Take a look at this.
Oh man, okay.
Ooh, Admiral
All
Beckett
right,
Brass.
so Admiral Beckett Brass is going to be able to steal something at the end of Amaz's turn.
What happens? So you have to.
Oh wow! So Gabby needs to satisfy a requirement here, which is to deal combat damage
Yeah.
to a player with a pirate.
Dealt
with
combat damage
3
by
or
3
more
or more
pirates.
pirates this
Yeah. You got 1 blocker on the ground to stop her. Unfortunately for Amaz, that may not be long.
Yeah, that's
for
not going to be
Uh-oh.
that big an issue.
It's gonna get removed.
Yeah. Gabby choosing her best option out of her. Who knows? Maybe many options, Amaz. Who knows?
Oh, okay, that's a good option though.
So I'm going to go
That will
take
be gone.
the only blocker.
Yep.
And now I get to bash with this, this, and this.
Wow.
Pretty good.
Very good. And at the end of her turn, it looks as though we have 2 triggers, and the Ruin Raider is going to be able to draw Gabby some cards here, and Admiral Beckett Brass is going to just steal something as well.
Yeah, so I'm going to take that Verdant Sun avatar.
Revealed and unsummoned. Wow.
Wow.
Very nice.
With 1 mana left.
Oh man.
You know, that's actually quite crazy because had you revealed a 3 CMC card, Gabby, it would be lights out for you.
Yes.
Playing it risky like a pirate.
Yeah, right?
Ruin
So
Raider,
we have here-
Ruin Raider somehow a liability there, almost.
Yeah.
Okay, got something all right.
All right, Carnage Tyrant, okay.
Just had to play that.
Seems like you might want to have a response to that.
I do. Indeed I do. No haste for you.
That's not good.
Looks like all that roaring was for nothing.
Oh.
Not gonna.
Carnage Tyrant's a big
Attack
show
you.
off.
Sending a message regardless. Gabby's going to line up some blocks here.
That's the...
It looks like the right stuff to do. Gabby having an absurd amount of flying power in the air. Looks like
Oh,
things
man.
aren't looking good for Amaz.
Does this card help?
You do have a lot of... Oh, I guess you
Does
don't. You already
it
attacked
look
the,
like
the
it?
muck.
Oh man. Yeah. All right.
Ooh, I wish I could use this, but I just get to slay now. Bye-bye.
Ooh, salty.
Okay.
I'm gonna send a message and also cast this, because I do love that I got to taste it. All right.
Okay.
I'll attack.
There it goes.
Yep. Alright. I'll block as much as I can, killing my own dinosaur in the process.
Wow.
Yes.
Nice, strong
Good
victory.
game.
Nice. A little round of applause for the Pirates there. That was quite the race as well.
Yeah.
And I did notice one thing. There were a lot of sorceries cast that game, like Walk the Plank.
Yeah.
But there are instances, however, in the universe, correct?
Yes, definitely. And the game will pause along the way if it's an important decision for you to make.
Right.
Or you can always jump into full control and say, hey, right now I want to play it the way I want.
Yeah, and let's talk more about full control. That was a really interesting part to see there, considering it was a really pivotal turn for Gabby to make sure that she was able to make every decision that she had to.
Well, with the depth of Magic, we have to be able to give all of the strategies and tactics that any player could come up with. And the only way to do that is to give them genuine full control of the real rules of Magic.
Right.
We make it nice, we make it fun to play through most of it, but you can always jump into the driver's seat.
And notice one other thing. I mean, I think it's important people to know. Like, we do have the legitimate rules of Magic, but we've also got we built these decks specifically to battle against each other for the purposes of this demo.
Right.
But we're going to have all of the Ixalan cards. You're going to be able to build decks with all those Ixalan cards, correct?
Right. MTG Arena is about standard, right?
Yep.
We want to represent all the cards in standard rotation, always keep up with the newest cards. That's our goal. Always bring you those new worlds as it goes along so that you can really be at the forefront of what's happening in Magic.
Now, when you say new worlds, we were in Ixalan for this match. Are you saying there's going to be actually more planes for people to battle on?
Well, that's Magic itself always brings you to a new place or maybe reintroduces you to a familiar one. So we're going to keep visualizing those probably about the pace of once a world to keep things fresh and to keep new things coming at you.
Right, and the animations too, I noticed in this case they happen to be on rares and mythic rares.
Right.
Is that going to be something that's going to be seeing across all rarities, or is it something we're reserving for more of that?
Our real philosophy is what makes it exciting that's already exciting. Carnage Tyrant is this big bomb. Let's make sure everybody knows he's shown up.
Right.
But we're also going to add animations after a set's launched. Maybe there's that uncommon that all of a sudden jumps up in the meta, right? We want to keep the game live and fresh so that people know what's exciting. When the players discover it, we want to make it even more exciting.
I'm going to put an early vote in for Hostage Taker.
Yeah, me too.
That card did work.
It was very good.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
Well, I think I want to hear about Gabby and Amaz. I want to hear your thoughts on it as well, and whether or not you guys have any questions or anything you want to ask Chris.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because you are the players.
I really liked it. I thought it was really smooth. I loved the cards actually attacking the opponent. I felt like that was very satisfying. I have a ton of questions, so that's okay.
Go for it.
Is this free to play?
Yes, it's definitely free to play.
Okay.
We're not ready to talk all of the business details yet. We really want to make the moment-to-moment fun and make sure all the rules are authentic, but free to play.
And how is it going to tie into organized play?
We don't know all of the answers there yet. We actually want the players' help here because it's digital play. It's different, right? We've been in the sort of masters of organized play in person for 25 years. Now we're going for digital, and we really need the community's help to figure out what that means.
Right.
But we are definitely headed there.
And just kind of selfishly for me, and I'm sure all other people who are curious about it, when can we start streaming this?
Well, we would love to have people do that, but this is pre-alpha, and we need the players' feedback because we want to know, is this the right move to make? Do you guys have any feedback on what's exciting, what's not? And when the players say it's there, then we definitely want everybody to stream. So that's why we want people to sign up for closed beta. It's a genuine saying, hey, come help us figure this out.
Sure. I don't want to hog all the questions, so Moz, if you have any questions.
Well, first of all, I think the client is really beautiful, and the cards doing the animations really brings them to life. So I really like that.
Well, the team
so
has
my
done
first
a lot
question,
of work. Got to say a thank you to them for that.
Yeah, big thanks.
Oh yeah, for sure. So my first question is, what formats will be supported on MTG Arena?
Right. Well, with the closed beta, we're going to have constructed, and we're also going to have a ranked ladder to climb. Then we're going to add draft and sealed, and then we're going to really see what else there is to add as we continue to go forward. Maybe even some digital-only formats.
Ooh,
awesome.
That's exciting.
Wow.
Who knows? It's a live game. We want to keep it exciting as well.
And yeah, for my final question would be, so flying is very obvious to see in the battlefield because it's like a floating card. Are there any ideas on the other keywords to make it communicated to the players more easily?
Well, I think when you look at Carnage Tyrant and you look at Hexproof, the effect is there, but it's really subtle. And that's a great thing for players to say, hey, wait a second, this thing can't be targeted by these spells, right? We need to know that loud so that I don't make a mistake when I'm making a decision. So that's one we're going to take and make a lot louder, right? Make a lot more obvious. But that interaction, that help of people playing just tons and tons of games is going to tell us what's important versus what's just pretty.
Oh, that's really interesting to hear.
Okay, awesome.
And I love that, of course, we're taking player feedback as well, which, you know, if you hear an overwhelming amount of people saying, hey, this thing's not working, or I'm not getting this communicated correctly, we're able to fix that in the beta, right?
Well, the power of Magic the Gathering is the community, right? Like, the game didn't get this big just because it was a great game. It did because a lot of people invested their lives and love into it.
Right.
And this is just a continuation of that for us.
Right. All right. Well, as we share with you this exclusive first look at the game, we want to remind you that we are still very early in the process, but we are moving straight to the closed beta.
And we really want you to be a part of that process.
Yeah.
Make sure that you go to playmtgarena.com, that URL that we've had on the screen basically the entire time, to make sure that you sign up for the upcoming closed beta. And if you don't want to wait to get your hands on things, we're actually going to be taking our show on the road starting this coming weekend at HasCon in Providence, Rhode Island. We've also got chances to play upcoming at Grand Prix Phoenix, Pro Tour Ixalan in Albuquerque, and Grand Prix Portland all later this year. So make sure you come by, drop in, and give the demo a whirl. And like I said, we really want to involve the community from the beginning. So we're going to right, literally right now. We're going to take an opportunity to make sure that we get a little Q&A with the members of our Twitch community. So let me start grabbing my little handy dandy question taker finder thingy.
Right. If any of you have questions in Twitch chat, please don't just spam emotes. Do something constructive with your time. Just kidding. You can send us questions. We're going to field them as they're coming in as well. And I guess we'll just kick things off there. Do we have one?
I've got a couple actually. Yeah. Let's start off. I've got a question from Bistro Mats, who has an awesome name. The very first question of this multi-part question is first game of several.
Oh, you mean as far as is Magic the Gathering Arena the first game?
Yeah, we mentioned that we mentioned earlier that this is the first of the new digital games from the Magic Digital Game Studio.
Well, as a company, we've also talked about Magic Digital Next and the overarching sort of campaign to say, hey, there's a lot we can do with Magic digitally. So yes, we're the first. I'm only working on this one. We'll let other people talk about the future there.
Ooh, interesting.
And the implication also in the question is it's, you know, so this isn't a replacement, right?
No, definitely. This is a from scratch effort, right? Magic Online isn't going anywhere, right? It has almost all of the cards you can play. It has this deep backlist. It has Cube. It has all these formats. And there's lots of players who just love playing it. We want them to keep playing it. We want other players to find it too. But we wanted to update something that could be streamed, that could be shared, and that could go to a whole new audience of people.
Right. Let's see. I have another question from Camage with a couple underscores afterwards. I'm pretty sure you just like let it hang for a second before you move into the question. So has a question about what's the timing mechanism? Like how do players like move to the turn?
Well, you're gonna probably get tired of me saying we need community feedback, but we actually really do in this case. So what we have right now is a time for the game for each side. And as you play and manage your time, if you happen to finish it below a threshold, we add more time. So that what that lets happen is the turns where you don't really need to make a complicated decision, you can save that time up for later when the board state is crazy and you need to really go into it. We are playing with it now. We've played tons of games with it, but we want the players out in the world to play with it too and tell us, does it really meet the authentic needs of what you're doing and of what a real match is about?
Cool. So again, lots of stuff that we're going to continue to figure out as time goes on. That's why we're having the community so involved in this process.
But we have it built to a place where we need that play, and that's why we're bringing it out and showing it to folks.
Let's see. Ooh, this is a nice softball for you. So, but it's an important question. Salat G. This is going to be my favorite part of this whole thing is pronouncing people's Twitch names. So, how does holding priority work? Is this in the game or not yet implemented? And this comes back to our talk about full control.
Right. So, full control mode. When you go through full control, you literally will click every time to pass priority. Right.
Yep.
To react to the steps. It will be every decision you could possibly make, you can make. And let me just be clear. In Magic, there's rules that many of us didn't even know about. Like you can play a card without having the mana for it and then unplay it, right? In full control mode, you'll be able to do everything, and we've spent a lot of time building those real rules of Magic. What we want you to do is focus on the times where it really matters to you, right? Rather than just make it a click fest.
And again, like also because we're working so hard to try to streamline the process of moving through the game, there's a couple different stages built in right now where like you just hit.
Yeah, that's
like,
a great point.
You can take it in where basically it's just a single holding a priority for the next opportunity.
Right.
But then you can toggle it on so that it just stays on the entire time, and it's like setting every single stop.
Right, and following on to that, we have auto payment of mana, right? We take a very, very educated guess at which mana you want to play. But if you want to play just traditionally, you can tap your mana, stay in complete control, and then play the card. Or you can drag the card out, see what mana is going to be tapped, and say, you know what, I want to do something different. All of those are multiple ways to give you control without throwing it in your face and making you go through the steps all the time.
So I've got a couple of questions that I'm going to lump together because they tackle a fairly similar question. So we have HF7s and Chatterino. That's a good name. Are asking basically if we're going to support older formats, are cards going to rotate out? Kind of what's our process for getting cards into and formats into a game?
Well, right now we're focusing on standard as the newest cards and the best experience we can bring to life with the game.
Right.
Of course, standard's going to rotate, right? There's going to be follow-ons that we do with that. We are committing right now to setting up standards, setting up the traditional modes that people really find fun, like constructed and ranked and sealed, and then going and growing from there. We may go backwards, we may go far forwards, right? It's really about where this game finds its most fun. And that's what we need the players to tell us.
Right. So question, this is very near and dear to my heart, from Lobo122333, because they were the 122,333rd person to ask for the Lobo screen name. Most important question, do you get to pick your basic lands?
Yes. It actually matters a lot to folks, right? There's a lot of beautiful basic lands, right?
Right. That is an important question, though, for real.
It's not just me playing things up. It honestly matters a lot.
Yeah.
So Christicle's got a good question also. How do players acquire their cards? Booster packs, player trading, that kind of stuff?
So the game itself doesn't have trading in it. We're not necessarily ready to talk about all of the deep mechanics there, but of course there's boosters, right? Like Magic the Gathering, boosters kind of invented it, kind of makes it the biggest thing there. So you're going to get it that way, but there's other ways too, and there's other ways within the game, because what Magic the Gathering Arena does is it doesn't just give you the match itself to play, it gives you an experience outside of that that keeps you engaged day to day, week to week, over time, different things happening. So watch out for more details on that as we go forward.
Cool.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of, I mean, obviously, there's just so much stuff, right, about Magic. There's trading, there's opening packs, there's constructing decks, and all these different levels. How do you guys make that priority list for yourselves?
Really, it comes down to we're the players too. Like, I have a sticker on my wall of my office that says, we're the players who change the game. And that's double-edged, right? We have to change it with respect and regard for the other players that are out there, but we also have to see it from a player's perspective. So that's really our guiding light, and of course, talking and playing with the players. When you're in the closed beta, if you see a Mythic Orange name, it's one of us, right? We're out there playing with folks, seeing what's really happening, what's really being experienced. Our accounts aren't comped, right? We play just like the players play. We earn like they earn, because that's the only way we can really say legitimately we know what a player's experiencing.
Right, and following along that experience as well. Makes a lot of sense.
So I'm going to lump another group of people together, because this is one I'm kind of seeing a lot. What are we looking to launch on as far as platforms?
Right now we're starting on PC. Great place for us to start. Lots of the real estate, lots of the players who like to play this kind of game. But we've also built the game in Unity. And Unity itself is meant to be played lots of places. And really, we want that feedback. Again, you're going to get tired of me saying it, but really we do, because where do you want to play it, right? We already have this game that we've all worked on. Let's just have it show up wherever it makes the biggest difference to players.
Right. So chat's apparently got a lot of questions about full control. So we might want to dive, just touch
we might
on
have
it
to do a whole dev diary just on full control. Right?
Honestly, like it's funny because I remember talking to a bunch of Pro Magic players just about how they interact with our games, and my favorite takeaway was talking to Reed Duke, who mentioned that he's the kind of player who plays Magic Online with literally every stop in there. Like he's just got like this super well-developed ring finger from hitting F2 constantly. It's just like there are a lot of players like him who just want to be able to do absolutely everything. Because there are going to be players who like what they want is they want to be able to play through 10 minutes. I got 10 minutes to jam a game out, and like the game can do all the heavy lifting for you and take care of that. But there are a lot of players, especially the ones that have a really heavy bent towards the competitive side of things, who like they are the best Magic player, and they want to make sure that they have the absolute control over everything.
Right.
This full control mode, it literally gives you that, all of the stops, all of the ability to respond, everything, right?
Well, it might not shock you that there's some people on the dev team who don't want to give up control either, right? Like, why trust the computer? It's your reputation on the line, right?
Yeah,
so
right.
Ryan's pain.
Exactly, right? And it's there, but I think there's an important distinction to make. Full control really is about decisions rather than about controls, right? Do you have the right time and the right understanding and the right information to make the key decisions, right? That click is just the execution of that decision. So that's really where we're building it from, and full control just makes sure that when you've made that decision, you can do exactly what you want it to do.
Awesome. So let's see, let me look through these right here. I know that we slightly touched on this earlier, so I just want to kind of reiterate for some people. Seen some people asking like if their DCI number is going to be involved, or like kind of what, how the Pro Tour might interact with all this stuff. And you mentioned earlier, like we're going to be exploring a lot of that stuff in the future, right?
Well, we're kind of a big deal when you talk about tabletop and game stores and all of the rest, right? So there's definitely lots and lots of options there. For example, if you play in a pre-release in tabletop, you're going to get a special benefit, right, for Magic the Gathering Arena come up in one of the future events. But there's more we can do in that space. What we want to do, though, is do things that actually matter to players and make a difference. And they say, I've been playing the tabletop game, I'm playing the digital game. How those two play together, we all have to experience together. We have to see what that world's going to be, and we want to give you things that really matter and connect it in ways that really make it a difference to that community that's powering all that we do.
This is definitely a good time to, again, reiterate, like, a lot of these things are going to be decided because we, work with you guys to figure this stuff out, and the best way to make sure that we're getting that feedback is to go to playmtgarena.com, sign up for that closed beta, and then actually help us, let us know what you think about what we're working on.
Right, ultimately we have to decide and make the game decisions as developers, but we can't do that in isolation. That's what this really is about, right? This is about playing alongside folks, experiencing what they experience, so that we're making decisions that are best for their play.
And I guess this also gets to kind of another question that I've seen some. King Coolio asked, are things like the tap indicator that we saw in the demo set in stone, or are some of these things subject to change?
Well, it's interesting. So if you looked at tap, and it's like not all the way 90 degrees, and it's got the tap symbol, we've done like a dozen different iterations of that. And this is the one that we at first went to the 90 degree, and we said, well, of course, that's how a tabletop does it. When we played it, it felt really weird. And so we tried out some other things. This is where we are now. Really, a lot of this is everybody knows the game and understands it. What they want is the best expression of it, the thing that plays the best for them. So again, the feedback matters there, right?
Yeah.
I guess what is final is the cards are there. The card designers have made them, and we're playing with them and making a great experience out of them.
Right. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I was interested too because when it tapped, it was like doing one of the things that if I was playing in person, I would reach over and be like,
Exactly. Well, we also try to give as much nods to that as possible. Like, you can reorder the cards in your hand. It's a small thing, but how many of us do that and have to be able to do that? When you see the opponent doing it, they're doing it with their real cards, right? This isn't some just general animation. There's actually information there, like there would be if you're playing across the table from somebody. When we say authentic, we mean authentic, and that just doesn't mean literal. It means the spirit of it too.
That was actually one of the very first things I tried, by the way, as soon as I got to play it, is move my cards around. So it feels very authentic in that sense.
I do love the, I've been playing Magic for way too long. We're a really long time. Basically since
it's never too long.
It's never too long, that's a good point. But like the old tap symbol, is exactly, it always reminds you, because that's how I used to tap my permanents. It's like, you don't tap all the way to the side. It like told you, rotate it slightly. I'm like, that's exactly like going back in time for me. So I do have another question that gets kind of towards the free-to-play nature of the game. Sure. McBurts asks if players will be able to earn cards without paying money for boosters.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
And in fact, there'll be a variety of things. The booster is the big moment, right? That's where you get to go, hey, where's my pack of goodness, right? But we definitely want to not only onboard you, bring you into the game, and give you some cards to start off with so that you have something to play with, but we want to keep it rewarding you in interesting ways as the meta evolves and as the card designers keep making great cards.
And guys, I'm just letting you know also, you're going to have plenty of opportunities to reach out to us to add more questions. So if we don't get to any of the questions that you got right now, please send them to us on Twitter at @MTG_arena or drop onto the Facebook page and shoot us a message. It's literally, I will be the one who does all of this stuff. So I'm telling you, that is what I'm doing, is answering whatever questions we can after I get through HasCon this weekend. So, but we do have, I'm going to reiterate this because this is very important. This will make this the last question that we get to today.
Okay.
How do I get into this game? Asks Major_Warzone.
Well, we keep saying play mtgarena.com, right?
Yes.
That's how you sign up for the closed beta. What we want to do is get everybody in as fast as we can, but only when the game's ready for it too.
Yep.
Part of this is developing the game, feeding experience, then inviting new people and getting their first experience, right? There's only ever one chance to get that first impression, and we need to do that enough times to really make sure this rocks. And that's what we're going to be using those closed beta players to help us with through the end of the year.
All right, and one last thing, platforms again, for people who are looking to get into that closed beta, how are we doing?
We're PC now for the beta and for where we're going for it, and then built on Unity so we can go lots of other places.
Awesome.
Very, very cool. All right, well, everyone, that was it. Thank you so much for the excellent questions, Twitch Q&A. And that was our very first glimpse of Magic the Gathering Arena. As we have already pointed out, this is still very early in the process, and the game, I believe, is just getting better and better and growing based on everything I've heard here today.
Yeah, and we are, like I said, we're going to have plenty of other opportunities to show you our work as we get closer to that closed beta. And you're going to find lots of opportunities to see my smiling face on the other side of a camera, on the other side of a Twitter account. Many chances we can to engage you guys in the conversations like this for the Q&A today.
Yeah. Well, Planeswalkers, it has been a blast. For Chris KO, Gabby Spartz, Amaz, and Nate here, I am Jimmy Wong saying thank you so much for being a part of today.
Definitely.
Yeah, really, thanks a lot. It means a lot to have you all being here and being part of bringing Magic the Gathering Arena to life. I know myself and the team are just so excited to be able to finally share it, not have to keep it secret anymore. So we want to close today with a little video we made to show us what kind of players we are. Thank you.
We've been working on something for a long time. Years, actually. We haven't been able to talk about it, but finally, today is the day we get to talk about Magic the Gathering Arena.
MTG Arena is our chance to deliver an authentic digital Magic experience, but with the excitement and the fun factor that you've come to expect from the modern video game.
You know, the people I used to play tabletop with, they're all around the globe now, and I'm looking to bring an experience where I can get together with those people and recreate some of those moments.
What we're really after here is something that's like your tabletop experience, where you can just hang out, just have fun, see the flow of the game, understand what's going on, and grow in your own mastery.
This is Magic. This is real. This is authentic. This is your game.
You get this moment. It is my favorite part of making games, when somebody hits that moment of delight and their face just lights up.
One of my favorite things about Magic the Gathering Arena is now when your creature attacks, it just smashes your opponent in the face. I love that.
I've always been a fan of the game. I've always loved it. And I want to bring that to other people who also love the worlds, love the characters, love the idea of a card game that Magic the Gathering invented and brought to the world. Remind them who started it all and who's keeping it going.
The thing I like the most about Magic the Gathering is just the incredible depth of strategy that it's got.
That's the beauty of this game. There's such a wide breadth of cards. Magic the Gathering is just a tour de force.
That's our springboard. That's what we use to create what we do for the digital game.
We said, what's going to be important to the players? And immediately the answers came back. Real rules that are authentic, that's fun to watch, fun to play, but where you also have the control you need at any given moment to get your strategy across.
We know that to get this game right, we need to build it in full transparency so you can see it and get your hands on it and let us know your thoughts.
It's just the beginning. With all of your help, we can turn it into something truly amazing.
This game's being made by Magic fans like me for Magic fans like you.
Come join the beta. Let's play some Magic.